Hello and welcome to a short video on creating assignments and weighting categories and how Canvas handles all of those types of things. So here I have my pre-calculus honors shell, which is just a course that I created this summer to kind of explore the functionality of Canvas, and I'll probably be importing what I come up with into my courses once they're assigned for the 2016-2017 school year. So on my home screen here I have all these modules. I have one module per unit for the entire year. And up top here I have our little Learn About Assignments, which is our module to just go through some of the basics. So let's get right to it. Let's go into assignments. So the first thing to realize is that you'll see here that I have this box called All Grading Periods, and when I click on that, I can select Term 1, Term 2, the midterm, Term 3, Term 4, or the final. When you create a shell course in Canvas or when your courses are assigned to you, this might not be immediately present, but don't worry, this will get set up on an individual basis for the different schools in the district. So if you're at the high school, I'm sure it will look something like this, because that's the grading periods that we have. If you're at the middle school or the elementary school, I'm sure it will correspond to what your school does in terms of marking periods and report cards and whatnot. So don't worry about setting that up. That will be done for us at some point. So the first thing you're going to want to do probably is create some groups. So as you can see here, I have 3 groups for this course. I have a homework group, a classwork group, and an assessment group. Creating a group is easy. You just click on the plus group icon. You can name your group, and then you can assign the weighting for how much you want those assignments to count for. It's really that easy. So you can see here I have homework counting for 15%, classwork for 15%, and assessments for 70%. So creating categories really is that easy in terms of you just click on the group, name it, give the group a percentage, and you're good to go. Then when you make an assignment, you can just hit the plus icon next to any one of these groups. Like if I hit, if I'm in homework here and I hit plus, I can create an assignment right into the homework category. So when you hit the plus icon to make an assignment, you're presented with this screen that allows you to quickly make an assignment. So let me just give this a name. Let's call this test homework number 1. Let's say it's worth 2 points. And then I'm going to leave the due date blank for now. I'm going to hit save and publish. So that has been created for me in my homework category, and notice that it's going to go all the way down in the bottom. That's the newest homework created. So the list will just populate as you make assignments if you're not giving them dates. So the way that this works is you'll notice that I have these different grading periods. So if I create an assignment like I did with this test homework 1 and you do not give it a date, it just sort of goes in, it doesn't go into any one of the categories. If you do assign a date to an assignment, it will automatically go into the correct grading period. So let's check out an assignment that I made. So up here I've got functions, limits, and general review notes. This will be one of the first assignments in the course, and I gave it a date of August 31st. So I'm going to click on this assignment and edit it to see the details. So I can see here that, this is just going to be something I probably check in class if the students were taking their notes or whatnot. And you can see down here it's been assigned. When you make an assignment, the default is that it assigns it to every student in the course. And I put the date as August 31st. Great. Now what happens is that if I go to my assignments, and instead of all grading periods, if I look at term 1, I will see that functions, limits, and general review notes, dated, the due date's August 31st, it automatically gets put in term 1. So all of the terms will be set up for each of the individual schools, and then when you make assignments and give them the proper due dates, they'll automatically get siphoned into those marking periods automatically. So that's super easy. That's great. The second thing that I want to talk about is if you're like me and you teach one class, like I teach AP Statistics at 2 different periods. So a lot of times I'll have the same assignments for multiple classes, but they're not going to be due on the same day just because of how the block scheduling works. So let's check out how that would work. So if I create, if I just go back to all here, I'm going to create another homework assignment. Just name it something differently. Test homework number 2. Okay, so now here I want to go into more options, and I can get sort of more granular with all of the options for the assignment. So here, you can display the grade as points, percentage, GPA, whatever you want here. I can pick the assignment group, homework, classwork, assessments. I can make a new group right on the fly, assign point values. You can even do crazy things like if it's a group assignment, you can have groups set up in your class. So you can sort of take this as far as you want. There's tons of granular options. This is the one that I really like. So this assign to everyone, if I click down here, when I click in this box, my only option is pre-calculus shell. But if I had multiple sections of this course, I could then click on one particular section, and I could give a due date, and then I could click on add. I could click on another section, and then I could change the due date. So what this really does is you can very quickly make assignments for multiple classes and set up the due dates individually, but you're just creating the assignment once, and that's very, very sort of a quick and efficient way to do that. Then let me just show you what I've done here. I've sort of made all of my assignments for the entire year, what I think they're going to be. And notice I didn't put dates on many of them. If I look in term 1, I put some of the dates on the term 1 assignments just to sort of see how this would work in terms of grading periods. But if I go into term 2, you'll notice that nothing is assigned. So I've sort of made all of these assignments, and then as the year goes on and my schedule progresses, I can just sort of assign the dates as the year is going. So that is pretty much it. Just a really quick crash course on creating the categories, the weights, assignments, how to assign due dates, and how the terms are going to work. Hope